Wetware Media presents Grieving Mindfully, a compassionate and spiritual guide to coping with loss. Written by Sameet Kumar and narrated by Andrew Mulcare. Copyright 2005 by Sameet Kumar. This recording is copyright 2015 by Wetware Media. Publisher's note. This book is designed to provide accurate and authoritative information in regard to the subject matter covered. It is sold with the understanding that the publisher is not engaged in rendering psychological, financial, legal, or other professional services. If expert assistance or counseling is needed, the services of a competent professional should be sought. Forward. I am happy and honored to introduce Sameet Kumar and this book, Grieving Mindfully. In these pages, Sameet brings together a wealth of experience from the field of grief counseling and from his long-standing and dedicated personal service of mindfulness meditation. He writes in a comprehensive yet inviting way, with warmth, humor, and great compassion. Most of all, Sameet offers an encouraging sense of hope when facing our own grief and loss. For the hope, I am especially grateful. To be human is to be subject to the pain of loss and grief. The death of a loved one only heightens our remembrance of all the occasions and sources of loss throughout our lives. Whether it is the loss of a pet in childhood, good friends moving away, or the occurrence of illness in our own body, there is a real and deeply felt sense of grief connected to so many experiences. Grief can be as unpredictable as it is intense. As a young psychiatry resident, I received a call from my mother informing me that her mother, my grandmother, had died from a sudden heart attack. Immediately on hearing the news, I noticed a numbing feeling beginning in my feet and moving upward through my entire body. After a few moments, it was as if I were disconnected from my body, but could still hear my mother's voice on the other end of the phone. I felt disoriented and confused, and could not explain why that reaction had occurred in me. I had no control over the reaction. Nothing like that had ever happened to me before, and has not since. The experience of grief challenges our deepest sense of who we are. Without help and wisdom, we can find ourselves severely and chronically disrupted by the reactions of fear, anger, and isolation arising from grief. Our sense of connection with life itself can seem to disappear. Yet, though overwhelmed by the great upset of grief, we have a choice about how to respond. We can turn away from our own deep pain, seeking relief from distraction, numbing, and denial. Or we can turn toward the pain with compassionate attention and a willingness to allow what we are feeling to be just as it is. Mindfulness enables us to turn toward the grief process and connect with the experience as it unfolds. As Sameet clearly advises, it is in connecting mindfully, even to painful experiences like grief, that the potential for transforming and enriching our lives exists. Mindfulness is available to each of us. It is a basic human capacity. Mindfulness is an awareness that arises as we pay attention on purpose, non-judgmentally, to unfolding experience in the present moment. The way of paying attention is crucial. Mindfulness is sensitive, warm, friendly, compassionate, and allowing. Mindful attention does not try to change what is happening. Instead, it reflects, accurately and precisely. Being mindful means being a witness to and connecting consciously with whatever elements of our lives that are present now in the moment. Being mindful, we become the observers and experiencers of life rather than its victims. We become witnesses to the ever-changing flow of the inner life instead of being carried away by the currents of our minds or the reaction of our bodies. Grieving Mindfully introduces ancient and effective mindfulness practices and encourages us to use them to become more mindful of inner life as the grief process unfolds. We are also encouraged to become more mindful of the outer and everyday activities of living. Getting to know life and the process of grief through mindfulness is crucial to the healing and transformation of the grief. Through mindful attention, we discover the fact that grief is not who we are. Grief is not an entity. What feels so solid and real as a grief reaction or any other reaction
Sample complete. Ready to continue?